must have gone.
Where are you going?
No idea.
Well, that was a movie.
Hello, welcome back to First Thoughts. I'm Simon, this is Justin, and today we're giving our first thoughts on the new The Naked Gun, the 2025 version, which is starring Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, Danny Huston, Paul Walter Hauser, directed by Akiva Schaffer from Lonely Island fame. This is one of those movies that going into it, I had a pre-planned review. Before I even saw the movie, I was going to lament pointless remakes and reboots. I was going to compare it to when Steve Martin did the terrible Pink Panther movies. I was going to talk about how, actually, I just heard, I don't know if this is official, but Eddie Murphy in an interview said he was playing Jacques Cousteau in an upcoming Pink Panther movie. That's going to be terrible.
Right.
And, you know, just anytime these reboots happen, they don't capture the humor of the original, and it's not good, and it's so unnecessary, and it's bad. It's an attempted cash grab. It's not even a cash grab because there's no cash to be grabbed. I have to throw that script out. This movie was fucking hilarious. Plot twist of the century. The trailer was terrible.
Yeah, the trailer was absolutely awful.
Awful. I can't believe how funny this movie is. I remember because the first trailer came out, not a single joke in that made me laugh at all. I know some people liked the O.J. Simpson reference. I thought it was fine, but it didn't make me laugh. Then the second trailer, or a spot came out, and they had the line where Liam Neeson was seemingly, I think, referencing Taken, talking about how, once you kill for revenge, you can never stop. Oh, and by the way, it's really enjoyable. It's the best feeling ever, kind of thing. I was like, all right, that's kind of funny, but the movie's gonna suck. Because in a comedy trailer, you're showing the best jokes you have.
Yeah.
They didn't. They went through and found the worst jokes and put them in the trailer, apparently. God, it's humid. We need to open... You saw how quickly those windows fogged
crazy,
up? I was
man.
watching your glasses fog up. That's insane. Normally we try to make it. We didn't even make it 5 fucking
No, not
minutes.
at all.
Jesus.
It's crazy how nice it feels outside.
It's
just
amazing.
shutting
I
the
guess
door.
it's just humid, but it's cool. But anyway, we should say we're fans of the original trilogy. Well, at least I haven't seen the whole trilogy. I've seen the first one. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of Leslie Nielsen and the director, I'm forgetting his name, but he also directed Airplane and a couple other really great comedies. So that's a lot to live up to, and I'm a fan of that. And I was expecting to be insulted by this movie, and it won me over in essentially the first 30 seconds of the film.
So for this series, I just watched the trilogy mostly today, but but I did watch the first one within the last week or two.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, Airplane I've seen a dozen times. It's absolutely
Phenomenal
phenomenal classic
Yeah.
movie. So
Better than Naked Gun, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
I think Airplane's practically perfect.
I
Naked Gun,
agree with you.
great, but Airplane's better.
yeah, I agree with you. I didn't know how this was gonna go. The trailer looked awful,
Yes.
and it started out with the bank scene from
Yeah.
the first trailer,
Yeah.
and it was a solid scene. It was
It
good.
was better than it was in the trailer.
Much better than it was in the
Much
trailer.
better than it was in the trailer.
But my God, did the movie pick up and just keep me there the whole time. Maybe it's because I just watched them today and last night, and it was kind of sporadic because I was just doing it when I could.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have enjoyed this one more than 2 and 3.
Wow.
Might have.
That's, I haven't seen them. I've seen a lot of clips and enough to know how many jokes they stole in this movie. And that's why I can't put this at the same height of the other ones, is because when they were telling jokes, they were making them up. This one, I was like, okay, that's a reference to that movie, that's a reference to that movie, that's a reference to Austin Powers, maybe? And there were so many references to other things that I was like, I can't give it as much credit as, it made me laugh more than it probably deserved because I was enjoying it, but I'm like, they are stealing a lot of jokes.
Yeah, and that was really my only metric was
Yeah.
I laughed a lot harder at this one than I did at 2 and 3. But again,
Sure.
I was kind of watching them when I could and
Yeah.
on the go where I can at work at times.
Yeah. There were parts of this, though, that lived up to the original. I will say that. I will agree 100%. It is definitely high quality-ish. Obviously, so none of the movies in the franchise at all, I would even say Airplane include this too, they're not high quality movies because they're not supposed to be.
No, but it fits perfectly.
Right. But it also gives it a modern twist to it that what it reminded me of, honestly, is one of these like legacy sequels or reboots or whatever you want to call it that I've enjoyed at all other than this now was frankly we saw it back in the day, the Three Stooges movie that the Farrelly brothers made, where it's same sort of thing. Was a lot of the humor was traditional Three Stooges, but they did modernize some aspects of it, and I for years was like, that was the only time anybody's done it right, really. And they did the same thing, but they did it better. I like this one more than Three Stooges, that is. And Liam Neeson was fucking awesome. I thought he looked so bad in the trailers, man. He was great in this. From the jump, he was hilarious.
They really just cut together the worst parts of the bank scene.
Yeah.
And just stuck them all in the first trailer and said, you're going to see this anyway. We don't care.
Like, just immediately the humor is so on point where, like, they're breaking into the bank and then they go to this, like, deposit box and they pull out the plot device is what it's called. And I was just like, I'm kind of already a fan of this movie.
It's like the primordial something of
whatever.
toughness.
Yeah, whatever, stupid. Yeah, it was funnier when it was just plot device, frankly. But no, this movie it's quick-witted. It's definitely paying homage to all of the original humor, but it is doing it in a slightly different shift. Like I said, Lonely Island guy wrote and directed it. It's also produced by Seth MacFarlane, and I could feel like his fingerprints on it a little bit. But every change it does make, which there are some, it does with like the utmost respect to the original material, and something that Seth MacFarlane I feel like is known for doing anytime. Like he's got I forget what it's called. It's like the something. It's a Star Trek parody TV show.
Oh, Orville.
Orville, yeah, the Orville. And it's like, that show is so accurate in its parody, a lot like Galaxy Quest, that Star Trek fans have just become fans of that too. They've just accepted it in, and it's like, it's funny because like you wouldn't think the guy who made Family Guy was such a nuanced person, but when his comedy is on point, it's on point, and I don't know how much he actually had to do with this. Producers may or may not do anything, but it did remind me and felt like Seth MacFarlane in some ways. But anyway, I will say this movie's also, besides joke stealing or referencing, whatever you want to say, callbacks, it's still not perfect, even ignoring that. This movie, but frankly, the other ones had this too. There's a lull where the comedy isn't consistent throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a lull in the middle. It picked back up, and then there was some plot stuff that it had to also do, as a lot of these comedies have to do. So there's definitely moments of boredom for me watching this. But overall, I mean, I don't want to say it's the funniest movie of the year, but it probably made me laugh the most of any movie this year.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the movies we've seen this year. Maybe.
Friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Friendship's still a better comedy than this.
Yeah.
But this probably made me laugh more than Friendship.
And I didn't cringe in this one.
You didn't? I did a little bit.
Not nearly as much.
Ah.
I don't feel for Frank like that.
Yeah. This does such a wonderful thing. I mean, it's much like in the original Naked Gun series. You often will see the joke coming a mile away.
Yeah.
But you're laughing before the punchline even hits, and then through the punchline anyway. Like, you just don't care. You're having a great time. So this movie, like I said, it's not probably the best made comedy of the year, but it's one of the most fun experiences I've had at the theater all year, and I was not expecting that at all. Like, even remotely. I like I said, I had the eulogy half written for this, and now I'm like, this is gonna be on the end of my year list, probably. Granted, I'm gonna do a long list. I'm doing top 25 for 25.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna
But
say,
it's gonna be on that top 25 list.
that
I'm
would have been
assuming
an interesting top 10.
it's not making the top 10. I can guarantee that it's not on the top 10 right now, but it's probably top 20. I don't know if everybody's gonna come away from it how you felt like, it's better than the sequels previously. I don't know if they'll say that, but I don't think anybody's gonna come away with this saying like it's not at least respectable.
Yeah.
Like, they did a respectable effort to pay homage and then also do their own new thing, which they literally even say that they're trying to do in the movie. And they succeed at that. I really believe that, which, yeah, shocked the hell out of me. I thought this was gonna suck. It didn't. Who knew? I'll give it a 6.5.
I'm alright with the 7. I laughed hard enough.
I
It's
did
got
laugh
the-
a lot.
it's
I
got
did
the
laugh a lot.
enjoyments.
You want to see something else that'll make you laugh? I went to the Phillies game and I wore this watch. Look at this. Look at that suntan.
Dang.
Look at that. You can't tell. It looks like I'm still wearing a watch. It's fucking insane.
I can see that. Especially right there, I can see it.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's just a nice
Hide it away.
patch right here.
Hide it away. Anyway, yeah, so we liked it. We're recommending it. Go see it. Just go. Take some friends. Reward them for their efforts because I bet a lot of people, based on the trailer alone, are not going to see this movie. So I'm telling you right now, ignore that trailer and go see this puppy.
It's so much better than the first trailer
Oh my
let
God.
on. This really did a disservice to this movie. Although, thankfully, it was merciful in what jokes it put in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't spoil any good jokes, really.
Yeah, all the best scenes from the bank heist
Yeah.
were saved for the movie. And
Yeah.
looking back, it's the better way, especially if we were guaranteed to see it anyway.
Yeah. All right, so that's what we had to think. We're going to get in spoilers now, though, so if you don't want anything spoiled, you should watch out for this wind. It's probably super loud. Maybe not, but that bike definitely is.
Yeah.
Anyway, go, or pause it. Don't go anywhere. Pause it first, because if you let it run, hey, that's extra view time for me. I'll take it. But you should pause it, jump in the car, drive to your nearest AMC, Regal, whoever, sit your ass down. Well, buy a ticket. Sit your ass down in the theater playing this movie. Watch it. Say, I think whatever about it. Come back. Take your car. Don't leave the car there. Actually get in the car and bring it back too. Thank your ticket attendant guy too. They're people too. Anyway, come back with your car and your ticket stub if they're still handing those out anymore. Unpause, and then we can talk about it then. But don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, review, rate. Did I say comment? Do it again. All of that. Thanks, guys. Bye.
It's just kept going on forever.
Yeah, okay, so the joke in this that I was going to ask you about, because I don't remember if it's an Austin Powers thing or if it's a Naked Gun thing. I think it's Naked Gun, but Austin Powers definitely did something at least similar to this, where so he's the Kevin Durant is watching them through a window with binoculars. They close the curtains, so he switches to these infrared
Yeah.
X-ray binoculars, and I'm like, I've seen this joke before where it looks like they're having sex, but they're actually doing several various innocent things, not fucking dogs. And I'm like, I've seen this before, but I forget where I've seen it before.
Yeah, so I can't remember, even though I just saw it today, I can't remember if they were done in either of the other two Naked Gun movies, but that is 100% Gold member
Yeah,
for Austin
okay.
Powers, where
Yeah,
he
they stole that
infiltrated with
joke
Mini
then.
Me, and he looks like he's giving birth to Mini Me at times.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
I had that on DVD, watched that movie a dozen, 24
Yeah.
times. I remember that scene.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I didn't want to say they were stealing jokes without knowing that.
Yeah.
Because it could have been a reference to a previous Naked Gun, but if not, yeah, they stole that right out of Austin
Very,
Powers.
very positive that's Gold member.
Yeah, which, I mean, funny joke, I enjoyed it, but I was like, we're stealing these jokes. And that's why it's like, I do demerit the movie a little bit, because so many of the great jokes in this movie were borrowed or were references to other jokes. So it's very funny, and there's a lot of humor that isn't borrowed from anything. It's a lot of just, the wordplay and sight gags and stuff. I died so hard. The scene where he's trying to break out of the self-driving car. And so first he hits a clown with balloons or something, so the car's full of balloons.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a dude with balloons, but regardless. And then there's a beehive.
Well, you gotta start with, first, he knocks out the windshield.
Yeah, he knocks off the windshield.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shoots it. I was waiting for him to shoot somebody by accident. No, he just shoots through
No,
the
it just
windshield,
perfectly stops it.
punches it out, and then there's a guy with balloons
Yep.
crosswalking, and he's like, oh, and then all of the balloons go in the car. Then
He's
two
trying
guys
to
carrying bees, and then, bees in the car. And then there's two guys carrying not a pane of glass like you'd typically see. They're carrying the exact make and model windshield. So they go, and they throw it in the air. As they throw it in the air, it sticks perfectly
It just
on.
perfectly seals back.
And it's one of those things where the second you saw them holding it, you knew exactly where it was going, but you're laughing the whole time anyway. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things, like, obviously there's really obvious out there jokes, but I like the little subtle ones too. Actually, I think this may have been in one of the trailers. Not that this is super subtle, but the fact that the police squad loses funding and immediately a Spirit Halloween is moving in cracked me up. But anyway, that was funny. But one of the subtler, it's never really subtle, but like, you know, they're at the crime scene and he puts on a rubber glove, immediately wipes his nose with it, and then uses his other hand to do all this stuff without the glove on it. I was like, that's great. I love that. The crane.
Oh gosh, yeah, trying to pick
Ah.
up the car to move it out the river.
Yeah,
Listen,
a lot of great stuff there.
I mean, this movie has taught us one of the greatest pickup lines of all time. she's got a butt that would make any toy would beg for the brown.
Beg for the brown. Oh god. But yeah, it's funny how even the jokes that even the jokes that were in the trailer, something about the context or maybe the timing in the trailer was off or something, but the jokes all got better watching it in the movie. Like the chili dog thing, it was in one of the trailers. And I remember going like, oh, they're going potty humor with this. I'm not a huge fan. Not that like Leslie Nielsen never stooped to that. He loves potty humor. But I was just like, this is just cheap. It's not funny. And then in the movie, I was laughing at it. So, I don't know. Something about how it was done. Also, the action scene when in the bank at the beginning, I was not expecting it to be any good at all. And then it was really funny. Just like the biting the guns in half and shit.
Picking up the guy.
He
Freaking
turns into a ragdoll immediately.
gets shot, and then he throws them at a group of 8 guys that all turn and start shooting each other.
He's using it as the guy as a human body shield.
Yeah.
So they're all shooting the body, but then he throws the body and they keep shooting at it. And then they're all facing each other, shooting each other. It was so dumb and hilarious. It was amazing. And this movie just, it had a great balance of predictability where you knew the joke was going somewhere, but it was funny anyway. And then every once in a while, it would actually genuinely catch you off. And you're like, oh, that's good. How did I not think of that? I really enjoy. Like, there was a conversation with the bad guy and Liam Neeson when he's like trying to figure out if he trusts him or not. And then he's like, as the Black Eyed Peas said, let's get retarded. Can you say that? Can you say that word anymore? You can in here. Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's like, in my resort, you can.
In my club, you can. And he's like, I love the Black Eyed Peas. Me too. Will.i.am? Yeah. Other names? Fergie? Can't forget
David
about Fergie.
Fergie.
Can't forget about Fergie. And then...
In unison, they named the last one.
Yeah. It was so funny. And then just, you know, the typical Naked Gun Leslie Nielsen jokes where he's just like, cigar? And he was like, looks like one. That kind of stuff. It hits so well. I really was impressed by Liam Neeson's delivery of these jokes because I knew he was funny. I've seen him in comedies before where he does the deadpan thing before. And I thought I liked him in pretty much everything I've seen him in, but just it didn't click in the trailer where it didn't look right, it didn't sound right, the timing was off. In this, it all worked for the most part. And I don't know why. Like, I just don't know why the trailers were so bad.
Because, like, the setup to the bank scene, even still, him walking in as the Girl Scout, whatever, it's not funny, really.
No.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And then they just show you the worst moments of him fighting the henchmen.
Yeah.
Leave out all the hilarious
funny
ones.
stuff. Yeah.
And just call that a trailer.
Yeah.
And it's just put the leg up at the end. Just finish it everybody
show
off.
off that he's wearing panties or whatever. And I was like, that's not funny. I still didn't laugh at that in this. Yeah.
But at least all the stuff they didn't show was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the second trailer much at all, realistically. I'm pretty sure I saw it, but I don't know if I remember it. That first one was just...
The joke that caught
Poor
me
enough.
probably the most off guard in this, and I shouldn't have because it's so typical, is he's meeting the bad guy and he puts out his hand. He's like, Lieutenant so-and-so. And he's like, oh, me too. And he's like, no. It's just the way he was so happy to meet somebody that had the same name as him. He was like, yeah.
Me too.
I loved
Ralph Fiennes.
that. It was fun to see Bruce Buffer get punched in the face. It was fun.
Took out Bruce, took out Big John. Didn't want to try it with Gaethje or Usman, though.
No. I'm assuming they just filmed that at a regular event.
I would think so, but I don't remember. hearing
Speaking
about
of
that.
great jokes, there's just like there's so many really shady arena sponsors, and this arena was sponsored by PonziScheme.com.
Yes.
I love that so much.
It was the PonziScheme.com arena.
Yeah,
Yeah, it had the naming rights there.
yeah. Speaking of jokes that they stole but did a twist, and speaking of Seth MacFarlane, there's that one of my favorite Family Guy jokes of all time is when I forget where, he's somewhere he's not supposed to be. They're like, hey, who are you? And he looks around the room trying to come up with a fake name, and he sees a pea on somebody's plate, and then a girl crying, and then a griffin flies by. So he's like, pea, tear, griffin. God damn it. But this did a similar thing, but different, where it was like, it starts out fine, where it's like, oh, who's this lady? And it's like, she's Cherry Roosevelt Fat Slobbing Spaghetti. Like, what a name. Interesting.
And hey, to his credit, he remembered it every single time for the rest of the movie.
It was great.
Especially that fat Slavian spaghetti pie.
Yeah. I loved him pulling the shotgun out of her wig. That was great.
Listen, you can't be too careful. You never know what's hiding up there in that hair. Take it from me with an afro.
It's surprisingly funny. That's my review of this movie. Surprisingly funny. Had no right to be as good as it was. Yes, they stole some jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, they spent a decent amount of time referencing other movies in the franchise. I get that. It's still funny. It is.
Listen,
it really was.
It's good to see that we have some people that can still write in this style. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not mad if they decide to do more. Because they definitely
Me
could.
neither, yeah.
You get Liam Neeson back.
Yeah.
You
Pamela
could-
Anderson back.
Yeah.
Big fan. Still hot.
Yeah. I didn't know that was her at first, though.
Oh, you didn't?
No, looking back, I realized I should have realized that was her the whole time. But yeah, never watched Baywatch, but I sure watched those scenes.
There's a lot of things she was in that I didn't watch but watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this movie turned into Jack Frost in the middle.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you brought that up. That was the wild. What triggered that again? Like, what was
It was just them having like a fantasy of like, they're like, because they're about to have sex,
Yeah.
but then, these movies are PG-13. They never actually show, they just allude to sex. So it gets all glowy in this fantasy of them going up to this log cabin together, but then
That's what some random energy.
she pulls out this book of the occult, like spells
Yes.
and shit. They cast it, and they accidentally turn Frosty the Snowman into a living Jack Frost, and then bring it in and fuck it.
Yes,
then
it becomes a throuple.
Yeah, but then they excommunicate him from the throuple, so he gets jealous and gets a gun. But then, as was alluded to earlier, she knows how to use a samurai sword, a katana, and cuts his head clean off.
And then they toss him into the hot tub.
Yeah.
Gotta finish him off.
It really was a Jack Frost movie out of nowhere. And I was
It's
just like,
incredible.
this is awesome.
Yeah. I see.
That also reminded me of Dumb and Dumber, by the way, though, I will say. It's a very Dumb and Dumber-esque scene.
See-
Didn't feel too much like Naked Gun, but it was funny.
I definitely no, it did not feel like it, but I definitely saw him getting angry with
Yeah.
them. I didn't expect it to be because they started excluding him from the from the throughways, But I thought it'd be
They
for
were
the
eating his
yes
hands.
for eating him. He was turning him into a snow cone. Had the syrup and everything. It was great.
Speaking of squirting things on other things, it's like he gets a cut, and so he comes to Pamela Anderson's house, and she's like, this is all I have, and she's got like a bottle of tequila or something, and he's like, yeah, it's fine, just pour it on, and she pours it on. I was like, ah, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and he's like, no, don't stop, and she goes, okay, and then she starts pouring other things to make like a margarita or something.
There's a
in it.
Bloody Mary.
A Bloody Mary,
She
yeah,
puts
yeah.
some Tabasco and there's like this tomato juice.
Yeah.
And she
And then
finishes it off with some celery stick. Yeah,
And then pepper, I guess, or something.
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
pepper in a
I think so.
Bloody Mary.
Something like that.
Not a fan of Bloody Marys.
I
I don't
have
know
no
why
interest.
anybody would ever want to drink that.
Like if I need to like wake up or something, give me like a real.
That was
small one.
another great joke I forgot about. They come to the car, and they're like, there were no skid marks. He didn't try to stop going off the hill, and I was like, drunk? He goes, just a little bit. Enough to wake me up. That was good. This is one of those movies that the jokes are so fast and so frequent, you're going to need to watch it a couple times before you remember everything that's said.
Yeah, that's why I wonder That's why I'm like, I feel like I enjoyed it more than 2 and 3,
Mm.
but I definitely need to rewatch all of them because
Yeah.
having seen 3 of these movies within like a day and a half.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes, they were all hilarious though. I was
Yeah.
cracking up.
We didn't even talk about Dave Bautista, by the way. He's in this movie for no reason.
Listen, he had to be the stunt double for a little bit.
Not even stunt double. He was taking a bathroom break.
They put on the.
Then everybody texts him like, I'm not even in this movie. You may have noticed, by the way, we haven't mentioned the plot at all. It's because it doesn't fucking matter. The plot doesn't matter
What was the
at
plot?
all. A random thing that makes you...
Plot
Wait.
device.
A plot device that makes you calm up.
Oh, or down. Yes.
Yes.
Originally meant to calm down, but now been
But for
used
some
for
reason,
nefariousness.
the switch went the other way, too.
Well, no, it's what's truly evil with its calm down
Yeah.
machine will calm people up.
Calm up. Machine that could calm people down, but now he thinks he can use it to do the opposite. Calm
Calm
people
up.
up. So that joke was dumb, but then it was actually on the Switch.
Yeah, no,
I
that-
did laugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of jokes that they would say one time and you're like, huh. But then the callback later was actually funny. Like in the movie when he's like he thinks he was betrayed by her and he's like, I wrote you a song. And I was trying to like, what song? Like, is he talking about the song during the montage? Because he wasn't singing that or anything. Like, I rented a studio and all this. And I was like, okay, that wasn't that funny. But then during the credits, you hear the song. I'm like, okay, now it's funny. So, yeah, there was some good jokes that were slow build, slow burn.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked this movie was good. I'm shocked. Baffled. Befuddled. And befuddled.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know if I've actually seen Liam Neeson do comedy before.
Oh, yeah. You haven't? Yes, you
I'm not
have.
sure.
You have.
I'd have to.
He was in Once Upon a Time, or no, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, okay.
We saw that.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy. Granted, he's usually the straight man in comedy,
Yeah.
but the deadpan is what makes it funny. He was also in Ted, or was it Ted or Ted 2?
Haven't seen either.
You haven't?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
That seems like something you'd really enjoy. Well,
Probably.
there's a great scene.
Actually, maybe I saw Ted.
If we had more time, I'd show it to you. But there's a great scene. Ted has a job at a grocery store, and Liam Neeson comes up trying to buy a box of tricks. So that's great. I love Liam Neeson in comedy, but normally it's for like a scene or two. It's not a whole movie. But for this whole movie, he nailed it.
He was the perfect Frank Jr.
Which I do like that they made them juniors, because that way you can like allow for there to be differences. It's not like watching Steve Martin as Clouseau going, that's just not fucking Clouseau. Or Eddie Murphy, for that matter. If that ever happens. I hope it doesn't. Jesus.
It's happening next week now.
Oh, God. It's just the Pink Panther is a fucking icon. Nobody had made fucking dumb cops funny before, man.
Amazon cast him.
Jesus Christ, Amazon. Because, yeah, Amazon bought MGM. So they have the rights.
Oh yeah, dang.
They're just going to desecrate everything good and holy that MGM has.
Of
They're going
course.
to remake Chitty Chitty Bang Bang next.
Of course.
Is that
You know how-
MGM? I don't know.
no idea, but you know how long it's been since that was made? It's
Yeah.
ripe for a remake.
They're going to cast Penis Van Lesbian this time. Anyway, we have to get back inside for the next movie. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This movie was so much fun. If you've seen it, let us know below in the comments what you guys thought of it. Also, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, all that shit. It does help the algorithm. It really does. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.